Hi folks. One of the questions, or a series of questions, that people typically ask me about TeleMeMD are things like, how much does it cost? Do you take my insurance? How does paying out of pocket actually save me money? Well, you might have those questions, and if you do, stick around. We're going to talk about it. So let's start with the first question. How much does it cost? I have two programs that we use to pay for services with TeleMeMD. The first is a pay-for-service model. If you need something done, you make a phone call, we set something up, and you pay for that service. There's no ongoing fees associated with it. However, the fees themselves are more expensive per unit than if you sign up for a subscription model, which is the second program. So the subscription program, like anything else, is a subscription where you pay monthly. There are some distinct advantages to having the subscription model in terms of cost savings because, number one, telehealth visits, which in the pay-as-you-go program are a single unit and each one costs $100. The telehealth visits are included in your subscription price. So if we need to have 2 or 3 video visits during the month, those are already included as part of your subscription fees. The second advantage to having a subscription model is that you get 15% off of any supplies, any testing that we do. You get an additional benefit from that as well. The pricing guide is on my website, which is www.mytelehealthmd.com, and you can see those on my pricing page. It is of note that there is a one-time sign-up fee for either of those programs. So the second question is, do you take my insurance? The answer is no. I currently do not accept any form of insurance at this time for my services. The follow-up question to that is, well, why not? And the answer might surprise you. I can actually save you money by doing it direct. What do you mean? How is that possible? Well, for most of us, we have insurance that includes a deductible. So you pay premiums, and then when you go to the doctor, if you've not met your deductible, those costs are paid for out of pocket until you reach that deductible. That out of pocket expense, in most cases that you pay, are more expensive than if you were to pay directly. So let me give you a couple of examples of how this might work. I frequently tell the story about one of my own experiences to illustrate how paying out of pocket can save you money. I had to have an ultrasound done of my kidney. I have done the research and I know that one of the independent facilities here in town is actually cheaper than some of the other more larger firms, if they will, without using any specific names. And so I called them up and I said, okay, how much is this ultrasound going to cost? And they told me about $139 to get done. Well, I didn't think that was too bad. So I told my insurance company, here's the test. It's $139 submitted to you. How much will I ultimately pay for it out of pocket? And so they put me into the system and they said, okay, here's the test that's being done. It's $139. You have not met your deductible yet. So with the discounts that we have made with this particular facility, you will spend $126 out of pocket for this particular test. So there was a discount there. So then I went to the next step and I called the facility that I was getting the test done at and I said, okay, what if I pay cash? What if I don't use my insurance to pay for this? And the answer was quick and simple, $72. So $126 versus $72. Both of which I will pay for out of pocket, whether or not I use my insurance or not. But $72 sounds a lot less to me than $126. That same concept I use in my business when I'm giving you a service. If you end up going to the doctor and say spend $120 to your insurance, You may get a discount with that and end up spending $119, but it's still out of pocket because you've not met your deductible. That same visit that you did with your doctor likely was something we could do via telehealth. And telehealth visits are included in a subscription model, or it's $100 if you have to pay for it outside of the subscription. So that would be a savings of about $19 right there. There are so many more ways that I save money because, number one, I get wholesale pricing on labs. So I can almost guarantee that any lab that you need is going to be less expensive through my services. Number two, my visits are much less expensive as well. You will spend less out of pocket even if you have insurance.